Avowed is a game that I was extremely hyped for. The game seemed like it could be one of Obsidian's own version of Skyrim and a great introduction into the PoE universe. For the people who haven't either tried the franchise out yet or weren't big fans of turn-based games, something that I do imagine has changed since the release of Baldur's Gate 3. When the game officially released, it received decent reviews from both reviewers and players, and it currently has a mostly positive Steam review on the site. I personally thought the game was a solid 7 out of 10. The story was much better than I initially thought it would be, and Obsidian did a good job forcing you to make hard decisions throughout the game's story. What was apparent though throughout the game was that this was not Skyrim, and once again it fell into the same restrictive traps of the Outer Worlds. Not long after the game release, we got an article from Jason Schreier that really gave an in-depth look into why Avowed turned out the way it did. His report broke down that Avowed originally started as a much larger project, a true open world RPG with branching faction paths, deeper systemic combat, and more complex environments. But during the development, Microsoft and Obsidian decided to reboot the game into something more focused, smaller scale, and easier to develop with the timeline that they were given. And speaking of timelines, Game Pass launch schedule played a major role in that. The game needed to hit a release window, and because of that, a lot of the ambition was scaled back, and it wasn't that Obsidian didn't want to build something massive, they just weren't allowed to finish that version of the game.